Live on location in Costa Mesa, California, this is your Namaste Today. Good morning and Namaste, and welcome to Namaste Today in the Zodiac weather. My name is Witecki. I am the sensei to Sirius joy, here to stand in my heart and walk in the light each day. It is a pleasure to join another week with you. I'm lovecasting live on location in the beautiful Temple of Gaia on Monday, May 11th, 2015. And today we enter into Act 3 of Taurus, where now passion rules the day. Step 20. Step 20 is the beginning of passion. This is where I feel the passion. And the zero is really quite significant. We'll talk about the zero in today's architecture of incarnation. But the zero is what will determine whether your day is a positive day or your day feels like a vulnerable day, which is the I protect. So today, as we move into Act 3, the first thing we're going to do is protect our feelings about certain things. And we may discover that our feelings are still attached to the old way, in which we have to kind of nurture ourselves back onto the new path, remind ourselves why we made a choice, and allow ourselves to emotionally detach from the old reality and begin to attach to the new reality. But before we teach the tips on attaching and detaching, let's first tame our brain, shall we, with the phrase of today. I feel my passion today and hereby protect its path. I feel my passion, and I protect its path. Now, this is a different kind of perspective than I've given before. We want to protect, first of all, our passion. We want to feel it, and we want to protect it. So first off, I feel my passion. I can feel it for a certain topic. You want to focus in on maybe what you're manifesting. So I feel my passion for children. I feel my passion for filmmaking. I feel my passion for storytelling. I feel my passion. And I hereby protect its path. In other words, I'm not here to sit on my passion. I'm not here to dump it out on somebody else. I'm here to channel it. And what I need to protect is the path in which it's going to take. That's what needs to be protected. Not at all bottled up inside of me, but rather its path out and where it's going. And of course, no one interfering with that path, right? So one more time to keep it in our mind. I feel my passion today and hereby protect its path. And so it is, because I said so, I thought so. Now the serious step of the day is step 20, and that comes down to how I feel 2 plus 0, I protect, equals how I feel, basically. But it's how I feel to the 10th. Another 10 has been added to it, a 0. That protection is the keystone step. That is, of course, Scorpio and where we draw our emotional boundaries. So the pressure of our feelings and intensity is directly proportionate to where we draw the line. If we draw the line too close to ourselves, emotional pressure is too great. If we draw the line too far away from ourselves in space or time, then the pressure is too low to really sustain the journey. So we're looking for where we want to protect and where we want our feelings to stop. In other words, we want to meditate on how we feel, and we want to meditate on when that passion stops. So it's like, okay, I feel my passion for filmmaking, but if it kills me, or if I'm not eating, it's got to stop, right? It's got to stop here, it's got to stop there. And these are preliminary stop points. These aren't forever. Remember, reality changes every day. Go to sleep, wake up, it's a new reality, right? So looking at the architecture of incarnation, you can see that 0, Scorpio, the hidden step, is fundamental to everything. First of all, in the first dimension, step 0 is I protect. So we create the space in which we're going to build something, which we're going to manifest and create something. Then we move up to the second decan, where the 0 actually adds Earth consciousness to the idea of love. So love plus Earth's protection, Earth's involvement, brings the first I manifest. But now we are in the third act, where step 20 deals with manifestation, yes, but whether or not the manifestation is abundant. It turns out that if your passion is not behind the wish, then it will not be an abundant return. You'll not have many babies. You'll not make $1 million. You'll make $100. In fact, for all that protection adds value, right? The more zeros you have in protecting something, the more it's worth. 100,000, a million, etc., etc. So we are in the protection of our feelings too, and from this point on, how you protect your feelings determines the value. Now, don't try to jump from 2 to a million right away, by the way. You want to go to 20, which is all we're trying to pull off today, and then maybe a month from now, step 200 for this project, then step 2,000 for this project a month later. That's kind of how you stack it up. So let's now take a look at the chakras and how they spin when passion rules the day.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Well, taking a look at the chakras, as you well know, I manifest. Orange is what rules the sun in Taurus. So with the sun in Taurus, we are manifesting. Now, it goes without saying that if you're not eating properly, if you're not eating regularly, if you're starving your digestive tract, then you shut down the I manifest. So this is where skipping breakfast will hurt you, so to speak. If you have no food or solid earth support behind the I manifest chakra, if you don't feel fueled by Mother Earth, I don't believe you manifest very well. I believe it's full of holes, Swiss cheese kind of manifestations. So we're working through orange. You want to make sure you eat well. Now today we move up into passion, which is I feel, and that of course is yellow. And as you can tell, because orange is 1/2 yellow, the yellow energy in our manifestation is very significant. So today we're getting an opportunity, and for the next 10 days, to be adjusting to the yellow. In other words, where our emotions flow in what direction. Are they flowing backwards into the past, worried about things that might happen in the future, or are they flowing into the future, projecting the reality we want to create? And then we have, of course, I protect, which in my belief comes behind 2 chakras. On the one hand, I protect is behind the throat. That's to open your mouth or not open your mouth and create the incantation. You have to tell the earth, hey, I want to make this. And of course, the other I protect is behind the I manifest, the second chakra, the back of the second chakra. So this is whether we're open to manifest or not open to manifest. So today, if you are feeling insecure, you might want to ask yourself, hey, is my throat, my word, my voice protected? And secondly, you might ask, hey, am I doing business with the people I want to do business with? Are the right people in the playground to manifest with in the first place? That would be a second chakra kind of question. And if you get, yeses or nos, just adjust accordingly, and you'll find that your sense of trust and safety come in. So let's take a look at the timing of everything today and the cosmic clock. And here we are with the cosmic clock. Now the sun has progressed to the third act, or the third decan of Taurus, at step 20. And as I mentioned, this is where our feelings get together with protection to create passionate abundance. In this case, passionate abundance about what we want to manifest, which is Taurus. Now our minds, Mercury, are also on manifestation today. Mercury is at step 10 Gemini, so that is I think about what I want to manifest. Can't get more synchronized than that. So our minds are on the ball, so to speak, but don't forget the one in the I manifest, which is what I love. So we only want to manifest what we love, and if we don't love it, we're not putting enough energy into the manifestation. Then Venus herself today is a little temperamental. She is beginning in step 3. So we're exploring, we're open to receiving and exploring our feelings about a topic. But by sunset, in most of the nation in North America, she will actually hit step 4. That means that you may feel surprised. You may feel shocked. You may feel something you didn't expect to feel. And that's if you went along your feelings of belonging. Like, I felt like I belonged here, and then you either are shocked to belong and really feel like you belong, or you're shocked to realize you don't belong. So that's the quantum firework electrical energy of step 4, and it's definitely in play today with the feelings we are receiving. Venus is in Cancer, which is emotion, and today 3 is exploration, and 4 is belonging. So could be a little bit of a rocky road emotionally, just because we are being led along a path of discovery. Now Mars, her counterpart, is at step 29, so he is pushing the very limits of what's possible today. And in some regards, you may feel like you are pushed to the very limits of what's possible. If you feel you're pushed to the limits of what's possible, you're living in your ego, Mars. You're not living in your heart, okay? So pull away from that Mars and come back into the heart. But Mars is keeping an ego on the very limits of manifestation. And that comes down to how we feel and what we're actually acting on, which is the 9. Now the moon, which is the source of all feelings, is in a sign that doesn't feel very much. We are in Aquarius today, so emotionally we are a bit detached from our feelings. That's a good thing. That allows us to have a bit more perspective as we enter into all this passion. But I will point out that the moon is, first of all, squaring the sun today. So that means that we will work through fears between our heart and our actual passion. So you might have to detach and take a look at what's making you afraid and fill it with light. And also it's worth pointing out that tonight the moon will square Mars. So during the day we're working out fears with our heart, and tonight you'll be working out fears with your ego as the moon moves through these two squares. Now our heart, which is being developed by Jupiter right now, is direct at step 14. Jupiter went to step 14 over the weekend. That means that our heart is going to feel in the next 10 days that it belongs somewhere else. It might be higher, it might be in a different family, it might be in a different town. You might have already felt that already, but you're coming to a new belonging with your heart, and very much of it comes down to the passion you are tending to with what your reality is manifesting right now. Now, the Earth, Her Majesty, the Earth, where all this happens, I want to point out that the Earth crossed over White Lilith over the weekend and is still technically conjuncting White Lilith. White Lilith is helping us reconstruct emotional boundaries in a proper place so that we can live in a happy way. This is some of the final workup the universe is doing on the Saturn and Scorpio transit. Incidentally, Saturn will retrograde back into Scorpio, and the two of these, Saturn and White Lilith, will be working together to put some final touches on emotion. But what it means is if you do a little retrospect look on your life, you'll probably find that you did indeed do some deep, deep healing this weekend, whether it's visible in the world or not. It's in step 0, Scorpio. And then finally, our Tower of Truth. Today, Mars is teetering on step 29, and the Sun, as you know, is at step 20. This creates a step differential of 9, which means that between the two, we are moving forward with our manifestations. You may not feel yourself moving forward, but you should at least feel the passionate flow. So today, surrender that passionate flow, let your ego push the limits, but live in your heart here at step 20. Okay, let's take a look at today's Joy Quest and boil this down in simple terms. Your Joy Quest, should you choose to accept it, is just feel good being you. With all this passion we're going into and trying to manifest abundantly, it boils down in the moment to just feeling good. Did you feel good the last hour? What did you need? Some hot tea? Maybe a little time? The other thing about feeling good that's really important is the step 0 of I protect. In order to feel good, you have to be protected. Protection means taking time and space to feel good. Maybe taking time and space to recover from something. Maybe taking time and space from a certain individual that drives you crazy. So to protect our feelings, we take time and space so the feelings can adjust appropriately. That's how you protect your feelings. So just feel good being you, and your passion will take care of itself. Just feel good being you, and your manifestations will manifest correctly. Today, just feel good being you. So if you're watched over in my Personal Sensei network, today at 9:09 a.m., I'm going to actually give you some clues on what you need to hold emotional space on. Then at 11:11, based on your moon sign, I'm going to give you a moon sign update, tell you where your particular moon sign is and how you might be feeling today, the extra ingredients. And then at 3:03 p.m., we're going to give you a Pluto report. I'm going to talk about where you are when it comes to protecting yourself, how good or not good you are at it, and probably the key to what you need to know. Now, if you'd like to join my Personal Sensei network, you can start anytime during the month. We have the service that begins in about 36 hours. It's based on your exact time and location of birth, and it's me giving you positive affirmations and some light coaching through the day. Find out more at SiriusJoy.me. And today we're moving on to today's telepathy. I think since it's Monday and it's a little gloomy out and we're manifesting, I thought we'd bring up a very interesting but somewhat dark topic. Today's topic is Taurus male communists. So it turns out that us Tauruses can become communists pretty easy. Makes sense. We all come from the earth and we want to help everyone achieve. I'm thinking of one of these Taurus male communists. Which one is it? Number 1, Ho Chi Minh. Number 2, Karl Marx. Or number 3, Vladimir Lenin. Which of these Taurus commies am I thinking of? I'll have the answer right after this. Having trouble finding that special soulmate? Oh, I know. Are you ready to find love? So what do you think your ideal mate is? This I can solve for you. Check out Secrets of Birthdays, the Love and Lust Report at secretsofbirthdays.com. Welcome back to Namaste Today. So for the answer to today's telepathy, I'm thinking of a Taurus male communist. And I use the word commie, but I'm just being fun. I hope no one is offended by that. Which of these communist Tauruses have I been thinking about? Was it number 1, the Vietnamese revolutionary Ho Chi Minh? Number 2, the father of communism, Karl Marx. Or 3, Vladimir Lenin, the Russian revolutionary. I am thinking of Karl Marx. And for many reasons. For one, if you study Karl Marx and Marxism, you would know that it never comes from a revolution. Karl Marx describes that human beings will gradually want to be and give freely to each other. It's a natural process, he says, happens naturally. Lenin and everyone else tried to skip many steps if you study Marxism. But Karl Marx actually was, as it turns out, a step 13 Taurus. Now, step 13 is a revolutionary Taurus. He was born on May 5th. So if you don't believe step 13 is revolutionary, go back and do a Wikipedia search on every revolutionary moment that happened on May 5th in history. It's a step 13 Taurus day. In fact, our own president, Woodrow Wilson, back in 20, basically passed a law that made the Communist Party an illegal party in America on May 5th, 1920. So he was trying to be anti-revolutionary there, which, by the way, is that constitutional? Can you make a law that forbids a party in the United States? That's something to think about now, isn't it? So anyways, that is the interesting thing, communism living commonly, and Karl Marx actually was a fascinating philosopher. Although, look what ended up happening. I think he might have chosen different words or warned people, but who knows? You're just philosophizing. So let's move on to today's rock and roll gospel. For today's rock and roll gospel, we're moving on to Tauruses that bring value, and this person brought value indeed at an early time. I am speaking to Ritchie Valens, who was a step 22 Taurus, a revolutionary Taurus. And he did have his own revolution on the scene. The song I'm picking out today will kind of get your feet up and get you snapping and happy. It is La Bamba, which is a song that turns out about dancing the bamba from after I did my translation work. So, if you're feeling bad or whatever, here is a Taurus that can handle revolution and just bounce off of it. Listen to La Bamba. But before you go off to La Bamba, let's take a look at the moods of each of y'all brothers and sisters today and a special soul vitamin. Today's soul vitamin is designed to illuminate the fear that may come up between two states of awareness. So which two parts of your life may trigger some fear in the order of the 11 steps of Sirius joy, starting with the secret step, step zeros. Scorpio, step 0, cloudy, nesting, and resting today. And today you'll be facing and eliminating fears between your marriages and your desire to be emotionally tranquil. So whether or not partnerships will disrupt your feelings. Step 1, the Leos, cloudy and sentimental today. Removing fear between career ambition and your partnerships or obligations to others. Step 2, the Cancers, cloudy, rather private and withdrawn today, but facing fears between your social ambition and your ability to trust yourself and your instincts. Step 3, the Sagittariuses, cloudy and pensive in their heads today, and they are working on whether or not your lifestyle and health gets in the way of your mental well-being, or if your mental well-being gets in the way of your health. Both. So you might be sick right now. If that's the case, might be a mind game. Step 4, the Aquarians, cloudy but feeling cool today, working on releasing fears between home, family, and foundation and your ego defenses. So sometimes getting defensive to people at home. Step 5, the Geminis, cloudy and learning today on an emotional life path, but you are clearing fears between maintaining higher faith and truly believing. Step 6, the Librans, sunny and creative today. You are releasing fear between your ability to self-trust or your intimacy and love. So bringing love and intimacy together, or trust and love together. Step 7, the Pisces, cloudy and rather spiritual today. You are removing faith between your mental state of awareness and faith. So how the mind gets in the way of faith and fears between the two. Step 8, the Capricorns, sunny and productive today, releasing fear between your heart and love and your self-confidence. So how love and money or love and confidence can co-trigger fear. Step 9, the Aries, sunny and social today in their environment, but releasing fears between your ability to produce or finances and your social status. So perhaps a fear of being able to have the opportunity, that sort of thing. And step 10's the birthday Tauruses, sunny and professional today with the moon in Aquarius, but you are releasing fears between your own strength and ego personality and future. So fears that you have the strength maybe to endure. That rings a bell. Step 11 is the Virgos, cloudy and hyper-aware today, releasing fears between your health and your daily reality and what you actually believe in or don't. And moving on to our Lightwalker Parade. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, please be kind and do subscribe. We thank you ahead of time. And on Facebook, you can be our friend by navigating to soulgarden.me. And of course, I have a birthday sale that goes on until May 15th. So if you'd like to get a free 30-minute follow-up with a 1-hour purchase, come on down to soulmart.me. And further, I'll remind you that my Sirius Story Personal Sensei Network is rocking around the clock. It is available for $19.95 and will walk through you during your day to keep you from moving astray. All that and more at soulmart.me. And as always, I'm of intense gratitude to you. Thank you so much for showing up. It's great to see the light in you, and thank you for honoring the light in me. I'll see you in 24 hours with more. Until then, remember, I love you, and live, love, be.
This is just so ironic.
Soulgarden.tv.
Remember, just feel good being you.